Yeah. All right. Well, here's my question. Do we still have the plates? Okay. Thank you. How's it, family? Are we on, Tink? How's it, family? Okay, I got the report. Thank you. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Waikiki Aquarium. Check this out. Here. Well, actually, I should wait until we're all done. But this is the American flag wrasse. Oh, this is a majestic angel. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? This is an Achilles tang. Oh, look at that. This is a convict tang. Oh, buddy. Oh my goodness. This coral is amazing. Oh, look at Jan. Chromis. Green chromis. But this is a beautiful example of corals. Of corals here in Hawaii. Alrighty, family. We are gathered here together to study the Iraqi dinar, and we are at the Waikiki Aquarium. So there's traffic, there's people, and when someone comes by and they want to look at this exhibit, I'm gonna go like this. Okay, that means I want you to just to hold on and wait until they're gone. Alrighty, good. We are KTFalways.com. It stands for Keep the Faith Always. In our Heavenly Father, we are a Christian based organization. Before we do anything, we always go to Abba and ask Him for help. Would you join me? Heavenly Father, there are so many that are suffering that I talk to on the telephone. Sometimes I just don't know which way to run anymore. Papa, I love you. I trust you. I believe in you and your Son that you rose him from the dead for my salvation. But I hope you don't mind if I focused on one thing right now. Can you please allow this blessing to come? You can trust us now. It is in the name of your Son Jesus that I praise you, I worship you, and I ask for strength for this conference or for this call that I'm about to do. Through the blood of Jesus, by the Holy Spirit. Amen. 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 Everything I say to you is just strictly my opinion. How do you like my... I give up.
Red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue? Okay, Tink, that's a good one. How do you like my red, white, and blue outfit with my red, white, and blue shorts and matching shoes? Alrighty. Well, family, there's a lot that we can talk about. Remind me to give you Eddie's report, by the way. It's going to be this big because that's all you need. But instead, I want to talk to you about something else. Back in 2003, we entered Iraq with the same intentions of what we did in Kuwait. And if you study Kuwait's revaluation, well, I thought it was a reinstatement. But you know something? Allow me to correct myself. Kuwait actually went through a reinstatement as well too. I never thought about that, but my team says you better fix that. What do you mean? When we went in there into Kuwait, we told them we're here to help you out. They didn't want anything to do with it, against Saddam, but we're here to help you against Saddam because Saddam is doing something with the American dollar that we don't like. Oh, says Kuwait, what's going on? This guy, Sudan insane, he has stolen the currency plates. You remember that? A lot of you old timers right now, I'm going to jar your memory a lot tonight because I think it's important for you to understand this. So the reason why we went into Kuwait was because we wanted to stop the abuse of the American dollar. Tell me something. What is Trump doing right now? Yeah. Isn't that interesting how even with time passing by, it's still the same problems in the Middle East, or for that matter, all over the world: dishonesty, evil, terrorism, profiteering illegally. Saddam took the plates and he was going to just mass produce an awful lot of that new currency, the 3 0 notes. And America at that time was with Bush and Heinzer. No, no, Bush, the President Bush. And at that time, we sent our troops to deal with this issue. So today and back then, it's the same issue. We're protecting the American dollar. We're protecting the American citizens' property. Yeah, that was bad news. And it was interesting because yesterday, you had the United Nations that had the Yang Yangs to come out and say to the world, yeah, this is what Iraq is going through right now. Okay, but you really shouldn't be talking about it. I remember back then, there was a bank that was established by the name of Warka. And Warka Bank was very successful because American soldiers took their paycheck into Warka Bank. Now, let me ask you something. Could American soldiers take their check into Warka Bank and deposit it, and could they buy dinars? Could they buy dinars? Could American soldiers buy dinars in Kuwait, in Iraq today? Can they? What are they saying, Tink? Oh, gee whiz. Okay. No, 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 no. Now, the reason why I ask you this question is because a lot of people will tell you, no, American soldiers were never allowed to buy Iraqi dinars, Kuwaiti dinars. No, 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 no. It was against the policy. Couldn't do something like that. American soldiers could not buy Kuwaiti dinars, and they couldn't buy Iraqi dinars today. That's not true. Oh, did I say that everything is in my opinion? Yeah, I did. I did. That's not true. I have many of my colleagues, many of my friends, many of my soldier friends that have bought many dinars in Iraqi banks in the last couple of years or so. That's not true. You see, what happened was that gurus take information and boom, they just spread it all over the place by manipulating it, making it sound dramatically good. What did really happen back in 2003? Well, what happened was that, yeah, okay, so you stole the plates. You were going to go ahead and print a lot of currency. You were going to mess everything up and you were going to destroy the American dollar in the process, but we're not going to allow you. So we go in there and we tell the Kuwaiti people, hey, we want to take over. 10 years later, in 1999, we had Clinton was the president at that time. Yeah, Clinton. And many soldiers that came back home, they came home with Kuwaiti dinars. And many of those soldiers that I know have now Iraqi dinars. Because you see, back then they told me, no, 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 Frank, come on, man. What are you talking about? You're talking about business. If you're if you're involved in a business in Iraq as an American citizen, yeah, that's something different, okay? But a military soldier, shoot, they gave us a bunch of dinars when we got there. Kuwait and Iraqi dinars. They gave us a whole caca load of them. They did. Why? For you to invest? No, Frank. No. I mean, for our daily needs. If we wanted to buy something, we win. What happens if you kill a sacred cow? You better pay for it, sucker. So here's some dinars. Yeah, we did. We supplied every one of our soldiers with Kuwaiti dinars and Iraqi dinars. Yeah, so American soldiers could buy it. But the reason we went there is because of what's going on now and what's going on then. The abuse of the American dollar. Now the United Nations comes out and they decide to tell everybody, uh, hey, Iraq is going through this process and their banking structure, is going to be powerful and la 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 la. None of that is qualified for 1310. And then that's what I said. What do you want, UN? Remember that yesterday? What do you want, UN? No, seriously, what do you want? You don't have any part in making this announcement. Let me ask you this. How did Kuwait, whew, it's a little bit on the hot side right here. You okay? How did Kuwait make the announcement? Or, oh, wait a minute, the Kuwaiti dinar. How was that announced? Here we go again. Everybody's looking in their files. Well, it says here, Google said that. Well, okay, that's fine what the Google said, but I want to ask you because you need to know this because these are the procedures and steps that are happening right now. Wow. If you witness history, you can bear it today. Wow. If you are a student of history, you would not repeat it unless it was profitable. Wow. So yeah, when was? Can you see it at all? Does it say it at all?
It's very dark, but what do you need?
I was asking, when did we find out that Kuwait was going to reinstate the value of their currency? Because in 2000, way, I can't, 1990. Oh, good grief. We went in there and we said, we're going to take over your infrastructure, your banking, everything, okay? And they's like, what? You're the problem. No, 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 we're here to solve it, okay? But we didn't want to tell anybody. It's because we're after our plates.
You said March 25th, 1991.
Okay, that was maybe when they did it, but who made the announcement? Who made the announcement? But what I'm leading up to is who's going to make the announcement for the Iraqi dinar? It seems like yesterday the United Nations made the announcement. In my opinion, I'm not stupid. I know exactly what you said, UN. So who would make the announcement? Hey, let's stop playing games here because my wife is getting too hot in this heated area. And let me just simply tell you some things, family. What I want to share with you is that it was it was Kuwait announced 23 hours before any release of any RI that they had no intentions to change their rate, that they would not change their rate at all. No. And that it would be at least a year before Kuwait would even consider a rate change. Now you may be saying, where did you get this information from? My soldiers. You can't get any more direct than this. So they told us, Frank, 23 hours before they actually flipped the switch that they weren't going to do it. And it was going to be a year before they did it. Then the next day, 24 hours later, boom, 24 hours later, they, they reinstated at a 3+ range. Actually, I don't know what it was. I do recall that it came out too high, and within a couple of weeks, they brought it back down. And I think it was in that 3 range. But yeah, wow. What do you want, United Nations? And it seems to me, ladies and gentlemen, that they just want everyone to know. They want everyone to know that Iraq monetary reform is moving forward, is doing well. Nobody knows the date of the rate, but it's moving forward. Yeah, that's the reason why we went into Kuwait to protect the American dollar. That's the reason why we went into Iraq to protect the American dollar, because Saddam stole the plates and Saddam was going to continue to steal what he was doing inside of Iraq. Um, Not only, you know what? I remember too. It was Saddam's sons. He had two sons. Had what was his name? Uday, and Kusay. Uday and Kusay. They were the sons of Saddam. And I remember one time because they showed the pictures of them. These two guys brought in semis, big giant semis. Remember old timers? And they turned these semis around and they backed them up into the CBI and they just emptied the CBI. They just emptied. They took everything that they could take out of the CBI, not just dinars. Many of you saw a cave one time that was filled with a lot of stuff, and a soldier sitting there going, mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm doing all of this, family, is because I want you to know. I want you to know the procedures, the steps that you're seeing right now have already occurred. If you're a good student, you'll find them. In fact, Uday and Kusei, when they backed up those trucks there, it caused General Schwarzkopf. Um, he basically called off the war, and Bush said, "What? Yeah, we're done here." And Bush was shocked. Yeah, Bush didn't even have any idea what the hell was going on. Yeah, General Schwarzkopf called off the Iraqi war 24 hours before he actually should have, which led to the death road. Remember that long road with nothing but exploded tanks and vehicles and cars. It went on for miles and miles and miles. Remember that? So all of these things that have occurred in Kuwait, we're seeing them in Iraq. You know what's interesting is that when Bush was the president at that time, Bush had a lot of Iraqi dinars in the Federal Reserves. And to this day, why didn't you use them? Clinton did right after you. Hmm, I don't know. Remember, Bush, or sir, as I respect you, remember, sir, it was oil for food. Remember? Food for oil. What happened? Anyways, that's the gist of what I wanted to share with you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That what you're seeing has already occurred. And some of the things that you're seeing have been exaggerated. Like soldiers can't buy dinars. Yes, they can. It's the business people that can't. Like the United Nations is making the announcement. No. Well, my point is that Kuwait made the announcement, even though they denied it. China did the same thing. 3 days before they lifted the value back in 1995, China comes out with a newspaper. They said, no, we're not going to lift the value. 3 days later, they lifted the value. They're not a lot, but by a little bit to make an adjustment. Hi, guy. But anyways, it's no worries, brother. Let them come, 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 come. But anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you. That what you see today is good because it's occurred in the past, and it was great. Just look at Kuwait. Now, finally, the last thing I'm going to share with you is that I want to read to you just one little paragraph from Eddie's report. It's a long report. It's a good report for that matter. TV says that China has tightened the grips on Iraq with new projects inside of Iraq. Yeah, they're trying to control us, Mr. Frank, but we know what to do. Hey, Frank, Eddie says that today they're talking that Sudani says, all right, I'm going to release the salary for the Kurds, and it's going to be a one-time big loan. I guess he's not ready for the rate, huh? I don't know, Eddie. Emergency meeting, Kurt Standard today, non-stop payments. It's still about the salaries. Iraq is working with BP. Whoa, BP today. is in, and they are looking at all of our fields into digital platforms, whatever that means. Sudani is meeting with the United States congressmen and talking about how Iraq needs to build a strong, comprehensive foundation with the United States. La 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 la. But this is the one. This is the one. This is the one that I like. It came in at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it says the following. Hey, they just told us on TV. They're saying that today they say Iraq has gone from a war torn country into a banking powerhouse. That's so good. I got to read it again. They're telling us on the television that Iraq has gone from a war torn country into a banking powerhouse. I did that yesterday too, didn't I? To which I told Eddie and Neil and Mr. Sammy and everybody, gentlemen, you should see my YouTube at just 30 minutes ago. It covers the subject. La, 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 la. Eddie says it's 4:30 in the morning right now. We're getting up. We're getting up to watch the show. There are many of us, hundreds of us that are gathered. We want to know what you have to say. Thank you. Even Mr. Sammy's. Well, I'll be darned. Even Mr. Sammy's here. Go right ahead, family. Go right ahead. Help yourself. Then, pretty cool, ain't it, guy? Yeah. You recognize him? See if you can name him. Come on. See if you can name him. Okay, like for example, what do you think this is? Cleany eye butterfly. What do you think that is? A majestic angelfish. What do you think that is? That's a convent tang. Oh, you see where you see where your hand's at? You see where your hand was at? Look straight down. You see those two long black things? Very good. When you see those out in the ocean, pick one up. Grab it at the very bottom. Squeeze it. It's a squirt gun. It is saltwater squirt gun.
now we gotta find one later.
Yeah, they're all over the place. They're all over. Just go across the reef on where the wall's at. Oh, there's thousands of them on the other side. Be careful though. There's barracudas there. Yeah, it's okay. They don't mess. They don't mess with you. They really got to be hungry. Yeah, and I bring them cheeseburgers, hamburgers. They leave me alone. You got it. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful time in Hawaii. Aloha. So today, did I show them that? Yeah, I did. Dear ladies and gentlemen, Iraq has been, Sudani is telling Iraqi citizens today, Iraq has gone from a war-torn country into a banking powerhouse. Dear God, I say to them, I said, from a war-torn country to a banking powerhouse, gentlemen? Well, that's the explanation of why 1310 does not exist in your country, but a second set of books does, doesn't it? It's getting closer and closer every day. Now, Eddie, here's what I want you to do, and that's the end of our program for today. Ta-da! What do you think? Woo! I think it's hot. Hey, by the way, look at here. I bought about 50 of these, and I'm sending them. My sister's going to put them in our greenhouse, and I would suggest that you do that. When you come here, put something around your neck. It's called a lei. My favorite island is I kind of want to lay you. Is that what that was? Oh, excuse me. Oh, Dan, give me a dirty look. Okay. And these are what you see all around you. Here, let me show you one. Look for this. You see that? It's already sprouting, isn't it? And then when you take it home, cut this part off like a cigar, and then put it in about one quarter into the ground. No more than that because you don't want it to rot. And water it lightly every day. Give it plenty of sun. Next thing you know, you're going to see those plumerias that are going to open up. But this is one color, red. Here's another plumeria. Look at this one. Oh, you see, I hunt these. Look at that. Look at the top of that one. That one's ready too. And it's going to come out with 3 branches. But this is variegated. This is a white one, a white plumeria. But I love these. And then there's also the ginger plant. I love to eat ginger with wasabi when I eat my sushi. And this is a ginger plant. And I look real carefully. You can see right there. You see that little piece of green? See that little piece of green? It's starting to sprout. That's exactly what you want to buy. Anyways, family, that's it. Uh, I don't know if I can take you into the Waikiki Aquarium. I hope you enjoyed your Yubi Tubi tonight, family. I hope I hope I gave you some things to think about. I hope I gave you some information that you can apply to right now. Alrighty, so that's this tank. What we're going to do now is take you inside of the Waikiki Aquarium. I'll grab this bag, honey. How's it? Whew. Unfortunately, family, right now the Waikiki Aquarium is going through renovation. On the other side of these blue walls, when you do eventually come, you're going to see a tide pool. I wonder if we can show it to them. Here, let's go and see. The tide pool is really interesting because they allow children to come in here. Here, you look through there. They allow children to come into the tide pool area, and you can pick up sea urchins and starfish and all kinds of things. But you can see right now that it's under construction and finishing it up. Now, the same water system, or I should say the same plumbing system, it takes care of this. And also, these two are the two exhibits that are not on right now. This is the monk seal. They are endangered. They're well protected. Every time that a monk seal comes on the beaches of Hawaii, everybody clears. They put posts all around the seal in the sand, and nobody can get near it. They protect it, especially when they are going through their breeding season. O Ailona. O Ailona, a sign from the sea. When you see the seals, you have a healthy ocean. And this is where he lives. It's pretty massive. It's big over there on the left. There's big caves, and over here is where he stretches out his whole body. And it's a beautiful sight. And I'm just so sad that it's not open today. Look at his beautiful little face right there, babe. Hi, buddy. These look at. You got to come up close. Oh, B, hold on. Go away, B. Go away, B. Go away. Come on. Look at that family. It smells so good. I wouldn't eat it. Oh, this is a beautiful carving. Whales. So we are walking towards the entrance of this Waikiki Aquarium, and this is the entrance. Oh, look at Jan. They have another tank here. What's this? Oh, it's coral. Oh, it's coral that they're trying to regenerate. Yeah. Yeah, this is damaged coral. Hmm. Look at that, babe. That's a blue line snapper. A blue line snapper. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Well, of course, because he's from Hawaii. Let me see. Up here, Bonto. That's the octopus. This is octopus. That's coral. Oh, there he is. The blue line snapper. My favorite fish. Well, actually, I have two favorite fish: the flame angel and these. These are my buddies. These are yellow tangs. The thing about a yellow tang is that you see that right there. A tang has a cousin, and the cousin is called a surgeon. Now, this little piece of material right here, it actually comes out like that, and it is sharp. It's like a switchblade. He sticks it out on both sides, and he'll go up to a fish that he doesn't like, and literally slice the fish. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I thought it was. Now, we may lose you. If we lose you, we say goodbye to you, okay? This is the inside of the Waikiki Aquarium. They start out by showing you about corals, how they're born. Oh, look at this one, Jan. Oh my gosh, Jan, we got this in our tank back home. That's the hammerhead, yeah. Oh, oh here it is. Oh, it's that hammerhead. These are nice. Oh, look at it. We got the Kenyan tree in our tank too. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. The same thing. Gonopora, we got that. Fan coral, got him. Oh, look at that, Jan. We can never keep those. Those are so hard to keep alive. This is what happens when a coral dies. It leaves the shell, which actually is a beautiful thing when the shell is left. It's like a work of art. As you can see, that coral was blue, brown, green, and that's because of the different types of algae. This is brackish water. Brackish water is half salt water and half fresh water. And what you're going to see, we'll wait. So, but you can see the environment is showing you that these are mangrove trees. These are the trees that I took home last year, and I planted about 30 of them in my greenhouse, and they grew. Now, this is a Sargasso seaweed right here. I don't know if you can see it on top. But down in the bottom is a very beautiful anemone. Oh, this is the phone. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give me 30. Did you look underneath, honey? Yeah. Oh, look at Jan. Look who's back there. Look, these guys. We bought four of those. Those are called monos. Those are monos. They're freshwater and saltwater brackish. But we bought four of them, and they were only like about the size of a quarter. And they got that big in about 6 months. We had to get rid of them. But this is a very, very interesting carpet anemone. And that is a clownfish. Clownfish live in carpet anemones. If any other fish goes into it, he dies. Yeah, it sure is, brother. Wait till you see the paculas in this next tank. And of course, this is Nemo, right? Let's go on this side then, so that they can. Oh, okay. There. Let's go on this side so they can look over there. Oh, they're cleaning the tank. Doggone it. Alrighty. The problem is that the tank is a little bit on the cloudy side. You probably can't tell because the image is pretty strong. But let's start telling you. Like for example, that is a blue carpet. Normally they're about the size of your hand. This is very, very big. Look at in there. That is a giant, long tentacle anemone. And look who's inside of it. Look who's inside. What is that tank?
Tomato clown.
A tomato. He's looking for that. She's like, what are you talking about me? What are you talking about? That's a tomato clown. And clownfish are the only fish that can live in anemones. These are all the different corals. And as you can see, they're different colors. That is a rare one right here. That's a plate coral right there that's yellow. Right there. That's a plate coral that's yellow. Look down here. This is very rare when you see this color, the blue. Those are blue mushrooms. Over here, blue mushroom coral again. Look at this bed of coral. This is also plate coral that's slowly growing out. Look how gorgeous that blue color is, Jan. Look at that. And then up there up on top, just gorgeous. Like for example, this cluster. Are you able to? Yeah, let me point at it. This cluster right there, that one. That sucker's about 50 years old. This is Gorgonia, Gonopora. Oh, look at the fish. You know what that is, sweetheart? That's a female unicorn tang. That's a female unicorn tang. Now, the reason why she's a female is because she doesn't have the horn that's sticking out from her head. Orange shoulder tangs. Look over here. These are rare. Oh, you're so beat up. That's an orange shoulder tang. Right there. Hi, buddy. Oh, look, Jan, a Niger ticker. Look, a Niger trick. Oh, and a blue hippopotamus. Look, baby, a blue hippo. This is called a blue hippopotamus. Look, Jan, the flame angel. Flame angel. That's my favorite. That's my number one. Number one. Number one. That's my favorite. Look. An Achilles tang right there. Good grief, this tank is full. Look, Sergeant Major. Oh, look, Jan, a cleaner ass. Cleaner ass. Can you believe this? Wow. Oh my goodness, a queen angel. Look at that. They're from the Pacific waters. He's looking right at you. That is a queen angel. Look, Jan. Look. She's swimming with me. Look at Jan. Look at the queen angel. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. There's my friend. Look, a harlequin tank, a harlequin tusk. You see it back there? Look here, Jan, right here. Get him. That's a harlequin tusk family. That's a harlequin tusk. Wow. Look at that story. Wow. I'm like a little kid in the store. I love this stuff. There's an eel back there. Wow, it's a big ass eel back there. Wow, a little teriyaki sauce. That would be good with him. No. Here comes. Wow, that Niger trigger is gorgeous. Come on, let's go in the other room. Ah, check it out, babe. I think that Andy can blow that conch right there. These are jellyfish family right here. These are jellyfish. And they're called bottom up jellyfish. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The bottom up is a different one from Australia. This is actually called the upside down jellyfish. Now these guys are tridacna clams. Very sensitive. Very sensitive. Look at the baby yellow tang, Jan. Yay, two little baby ones. You see, the yellow tang is no longer exported out of Hawaii, so they raise yellow tangs, and that's what you're seeing. That is such a rare sight to see a baby yellow tang. You have to go in the ocean to see these. Wow. Those yellow tanks are about $350. These tridacna clams that you're looking at, they're like about $500. Oh, look, the thing about a jellyfish is that the long part underneath it. Look over here. You see how that's greenish? See how that's kind of a greenish color? Because that's the algae. The algae is giving the jellyfish life. Because not only does the jellyfish eat solid things, but it also lives by photosynthesis. It's taken the algae and it's going through ATP energy through photosynthesis and giving the jellyfish energy. Fascinating, isn't it? Now, these are the bigger jellyfish. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see these. This is a dark environment, it protects them. They're very photolithic. I've swam in jellyfish like these. I held a jellyfish in my hand that was about twice the size of my head. Come on over here, babe. Another jellyfish tank. How about that? Oh my goodness, they must have had a sale on jellyfish. Oh, Jen, look good. Now, a snowflake eel. And you can't see it, but maybe if you look real carefully way back there in that crack, you will see another eel. That's a banded eel. In that little square opening, there's a yellow and white. That's a banded eel. Looking right at you. Oh, check it out, babe. More yellow tank. This is an emperor angel. That is a sailfin tang, flame angel tang, yellow tangs. These guys are cleaner wrasses. What he does is he goes up to the fish and he eats all the parasites off the fish. Down here is a sea urchin. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see.
No, I get it a little bit.
No, you can't get it, and that's interesting. The bending of the. Maybe can you get this one over here because this is also a sea urchin, but it's called a pencil urchin. Oh, there's one up there, honey, up there up on top. And they're used for decorations. Oh, look at that! That's a big pencil urchin way over there. They use them to make necklaces and decorations with. In fact, here's another sea urchin. Put the camera up. This is also a sea urchin. Inside of this urchin is something called uni. Uni. Oh, it tastes so good. It tastes so good. Hey. Wow, look at you on a scopa tang. That's a scopa tang. Look at these corals. They're so gorgeous. We have those corals in our tanks. Wow, those are beautiful corals. Oh, look at this. They're oxygenating the tank. Oh, there he is. There's the male. There's the male. You see how he looks like the female family? But that is the male with the long unicorn proboscis that sticks out. Look, look, look. Look, a spotted puffer. Those are rare. Look at him. He's trying to hide from you. Oh, look, Jan. A big eye squirrelfish. The red one, that's a big eye squirrelfish. But that unicorn tang with his nose sticking out, that's pretty cool. You found a brittle starbit?
Hello, starfish.
Oh my word, isn't that beautiful? He's hiding in the corner. In this next room, you'll find the bigger fish. Oh my. Hey, buddy. Oh my goodness. One time, I was 80 feet at the very, very edge of the crater of a place called Hanuma Bay. And I was 80 feet sitting on a coral feeding fish. And out of nowhere, it got dark. What happens is when the clouds go by, it causes darkness. But this time, when the cloud went by, it was completely dark and it wouldn't light up. And I couldn't figure out why until I looked up and there was a grouper, but the grouper was 4 times that size. If he wanted to, he could have swallowed me alive. Thank God he didn't. I was very calm. I looked at it right in its eyes. He looked at me and he banked and he went deep into the abyss, hundreds of feet below me. That is an Australian. Um, Come on, Frank, get it up. Yeah, it's a spotted leopard, but there's also another wannabe Australian. Oh, look at Jan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a damsel. But the thing is, look at the size of him, Jan. Ladies and gentlemen, damsels are only about the size of your thumb. That is a damsel that is, I don't want to exaggerate, but I'd say he's maybe 40, 50 years old. Wow, they don't get that big. But this grouper down here, he scared me. And this is the small one. But he scared me so much. I put more water in the ocean than their water in the. He scared them. Oh, look at these sharks. There's this theory that a shark constantly has to keep moving. Well, somebody has to tell these white tips. Oh, he's moving. Ooh, ooh, they move so slowly. What caused them to move? Wow. He's not going to expand any energy. But look, real quick. Look real careful. Okay, I'm going to try to show you. Right there? Right there? Right there? If you look real carefully, there are these white tips. It's the white tip reef shark. Oh, look at baby the GI Joe. I call him a GI Joe because he looks like he's in a in a military uniform or something. Look at the seahorses. Oh, they're pregnant. They're all pregnant. Wow. Wow. Look at baby. The Blenny. Baby seahorse. That's a beautiful Blenny. Oh, he's been bit. You see how his body is S shaped? He was bit. But look at those seahorses. They're so pregnant. Their bellies are about to explode. Now those are the white ones. Look at the yellow ones up here, babe. Can you see the yellow seahorses in there? Right, right there. This is also Sargasso's seaweed, and they're growing things in there. Let's go this way, babe. I hope that you all are enjoying this tour, and they're cleaning the tank. I've never
It's a cute
seen
fish.
I've never seen that. Oh my word! Look, Jan, a sea hare. That is a sea hare. Look at that. That is so rare. I mean, I've only studied them. That's amazing. Look. He is so deep in the ocean, and he's got this little thing right here on the top of his head here, and it goes like this. It's on the top of his head, and it'll go call an anglerfish. So when another fish comes by and he sees it, he goes. That's a big hermit crab. My, that's a big one. The thing about these hermit crabs is that they like to put anemones on their backs. You see that? That's an anemone. So the hermit crab now all of a sudden has another weapon. That anemone will help him to fight off creatures. Look at that's a baby frogfish. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at this, Jan. There's about five of them in here. Five little baby flame angels. Oh my, a spotted grouper. Puffer, I'm sorry, I said grouper. A puffer. My. Is he this is so bloated. That's called face. Oh look, Jan. Hawkfish. Yeah, but there's another name beside red eye hawkfish. Look at this guy. Look at his belly. I wonder if she's pregnant. Jan, I've seen these, I've heard of them, I've studied them, but this sucker is like about $5,000. That is a golden. It may be a no, it's not a Cortez, but that's a golden speckled angel. Holy cow! Those are extremely expensive. Wow! I can't believe I'm seeing it. It shines. It reflects because it looks like it's got gold all over it. Wow! And the same thing with this tank. It's also being fixed under construction. You got a Huma? Where, baby? That's well. Actually, it's not a Huma. That is the V-line trigger. The Huma has the stripes underneath it. That's interesting. There's no Huma, and that's the state fish. That's the state fish of Hawaii. Huh. That's a butterfly. I'm sorry, Moorish idol. That is the Moorish idol, and that over there is the fake Moorish idol. They mimic each other so that they. Oh, look at the octopus! Look at, he's eating. He's eating. He's crushing. He's crushing that urchin. Golly! You see, an octopus will eat crustaceans, and right now that's what he's doing. He's eating the inside of that uni that I told you about. Over here, the zoo will put these clams because he loves clams. These are baby seahorses. They were just born. You saw the ones over there that were pregnant, right? But these are baby ones that are just born. These are the brown ones and the white ones, and the up there are the orange ones up there on the top. Little baby ones. Now this, oh, don't worry about the music. Now this over here is a very rare seahorse. Sargasso seahorse. This is the type of seaweed that they cling on to. Sargasso seaweed. These guys, holy cow! I can't even begin to tell you what they cost. Then you have them. These are the Sargasso seahorses. They're down there, honey. And what they're doing is that they're feeding. They're eating what's called brine shrimp, and they're having a feast. Look at this guy right there. These are the three different types of seahorses that they have on display. The common one that you're familiar with. Oops, sorry about that. And the how do I get back? Go back. And the sargasso is one that we just showed you right now. And this is actually called a pipefish, but it's related to the seahorses. We're almost done, family. Just one more exhibition to show you, and that's over here. Wow, I have no idea what that is. Oh, look, yeah. These are pyramid tangs. It's right there. These are pyramid tangs, and they are so expensive. Man, I wish I could. I'd love to have one of those. Not now. If the Lord ever blesses us with our investment before I leave this world, my intentions are to have a tank like this in my backyard in Hawaii. Because I don't plan to have a tank where I can just throw some food in. I plan to get in the tank and feed them. I want them to know me. I want to know them. What the dickens is that? Well, it's a snapper, but he's hurt. He's deformed. Look at somebody bit him in the front of his head. Look at the pigtail. Look at the pigtail. Oh my word! Again, how often do you see this? Oh here, look at a pink tail trigger. Look at. My goodness gracious! I can't get over what I'm seeing here. Look at this snapper down here tearing up the wall there. Oh, look at that! An orange squirrelfish. I've never seen none of you. Look, honey, a goldfish way up on top, way up there. That's a goldfish. This is so beautiful. Oh no, look, look, a Lamarck. That's a Lamarck angel. Excuse me, get out of the way. That's a Lamarck angel. Get out of here. Oh, there's the orange shoulder tang that looks a lot better. The other one we showed them was all torn up. Wow. Oh, look at the pencil urchin up there. Man, you can make some beautiful jewelry out of that. Beautiful corals. Oh, look, 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 look. Remember I told you that I was at Hanuma? Here it is. You see this? Hanauma Bay. And family, you see how that's dark? That's because that's like about 4 or 5 miles deep. But you see this where it's beautiful blue? Because the sunlight reflects the light and you see the beautiful colors. Well, my family was right here. And I decided to follow this path. And I stopped right there. And that's where the grouper that I just showed you, that was 4 times the size I just showed you, he could have literally swallowed my head and dragged me down. But thank God, I think he had already eaten at McDonald's. Oh, look at all the. Oh, look, 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 Jan. There's another rare fish. Um, come on. Um, come on. He's over on the right side. Rusty, a rustic angel. A rusty angel. There it is. See him? Okay, he'll come out in a minute. There he is, there he is, there he is. Look at that. A rustic angel. Whew. Look at the big hippo. What's that big hippo, say again? Yeah, but hippopotamus. Blue hippopotamus tangs. Look, baby, a coral beauty, right there. Wow, so pretty. I want to sleep here tonight, babe. Oh, this is fresh water. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, nah, it's boring. Um, oh, this is fresh water, but these are called cichlids. Cichlids come from Africa, and the cichlid from Africa is multi color. Every color you can think of. But it's not like I want to go in the Amazon to get them. Check this guy out. You know what that is? That's a gar. But you know what that is? That's an arowana. That's worth thousands of dollars. And this is a gar. He's only $9.95. But back there, right there, that is a placostomus. I wish you could see him because he's got a sucker for his mouth, and he sucks on the rock, and he eats the algae. But that gar is very pretty. I don't know what this is, honey. Oh, it's just a display of corals. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, you found a pipefish. Way to go, Jan. Yeah, that is so cool. Well, sweetie, I think that's we've kept them long enough. Let's go and say goodbye to them over here. God bless you all. How about this way? God bless you all. Thank you kindly for being with us, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Okay? I want to go swimming. Aloha.